If you look at the sales you've closed in the last 1 month or 2 months or 3 months, you could observe that one of the things preventing you from closing enough deals could be the fact that you're giving too many discounts. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use discounts correctly so that it becomes an advantage to you instead of a disadvantage. My name is Iyore, trained over 25,000 salespeople across 5 countries, Nigeria, Ghana, USA, UAE, Rwanda. I'm an author of several books and resources on sales, and I've been featured on lots of media platforms to talk about successful selling. I worked at an organization where I was going to target to sell to 20 high net worth individuals, and I was able to bring in 21 high net worth individuals in a single month. I also participated in a sales competition where I won, and I was sent for the World Cup for an all-expense paid trip. I moved to another organization where I was able to double my portfolio by over 100% in just 11 months. I'm CEO for Ultravantage, and our specialty is in Salesforce management, meaning we work with the CEOs, the heads, the sales team leads to help them optimize their teams, their sales teams, to get results faster and in record time. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the purpose of a discount? How do you use a discount correctly? By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to use discounts in such a way that they become an enhancement to the deal, instead of it becoming a reason why the deal was neutralized. There are cases where deals are lost because of the discounts. And even the person selling is not even aware that the reason why this deal was lost was because of the discounts. Let me give an example of such a case. Several years ago, I was running a program for a real estate company. And a lady she asked me a question. She said, "Sir, I had sold to this client, spoken to him about our property. He had agreed he was going to pay for this product or service. On getting to the counter," that means she went with him to the bank so that he could initiate the transaction. Getting to the counter, all he needed to do was just sign off the check and give it to the lady behind the counter to do the transfer, and her company would have received the money. Deal would have been closed. His phone rings and his wife gets on the phone and his wife says, "Honey, sorry, don't pay for that property anymore. I've seen a better offer. I want us to go for that one." And he tells the salesperson, he says, "So sorry about that. My wife says she has seen something better. I may have to go with her." I now asked the salesperson, I said, "Did you tell this prospect? Had you given me a discount already?" He said, "Yes, she had already given me a discount, so she didn't know what else to do." Now, that's the problem of giving discounts too early, right? What if she hadn't given me a discount, and at that point in time, she says, "Sir, can you call your wife back and confirm what exactly her concerns are? Could it be the price? Could it be the location? What exactly are her concerns?" And he gets her on the phone and she says, "Oh, the price is the issue. I've gotten so much cheaper." Okay, then she now says, "You know what? Hold on, sir." Then she processes I'll talk to you towards the end of the video how to go about it. Then she goes through the process and gets him to go ahead. Why? Because she's able to give him a discount at that time. And you see how you present the discount matters as well, isn't it? Because you can't just tell the clients, "Sir, we're giving you 5% discount, and based on that, it will be good enough." I'll get to that shortly. But there are things you must know when you're selling so that the discounts can come out right. One of the things is, what is your sales process? In your engagements, how do you move the client from meeting him for the first time all the way to the close? When you've met a prospect, what do you want to do? You want to possibly build rapport. When you've built rapport, that means you find common ground based on similar interests, similar beliefs, similar background. When you've built rapport, you possibly want to ask questions to identify the needs or the opportunities that are there for you. And how do you do this? You ask more of open-ended questions. You let the prospect do most of the talking so that he can give you enough information. You want to know what his goals are, whether financial goals, investment goals, family goals, depending on what you sell. When you know what those goals are, you listen enough to position yourself, not as a salesperson, but as an advisor to this person, based on expertise. And you do that through basically listening. When a prospect feels valued and feels heard, they will want to go with you on the long run to do more business with you. Now, after that has happened, when it's time to communicate value, you want to communicate value in a systematic order, beginning with the things you have in common, primary features, to secondary features, what differentiates you. I'm walking you through a sales process now. When you find what differentiates you, you want to capitalize on the points that gets the prospect's attention the most by using what we call a test close. Mr. Prospect, what I'm saying, is it making sense to you so far? This is a test close. You want to also ask questions around, okay, sir, based on what I've said so far, which of these points has gotten your attention the most? What are you trying to do? You're trying to find the hot button. The hot button refers to that particular thing that you know the prospect is willing to make a step or a move because of that particular thing. You want to find a hot button. What do you like the most about what I've said so far? And as you're listening, you're looking at his emotions, which is his facial expressions, noting his tone of voice, to see where this hot button is. When you find the hot button, you go ahead to ask what we call closing questions. What are closing questions? Questions you ask as if the prospect said, yes, I'm ready to go ahead. The prospect has not said anything yet, but you are only asking questions as if he is going ahead because you have done what you're supposed to do. You have identified the needs, you have communicated value. You have seen round holes, you have brought round pegs. You have seen square pegs, square holes, you have brought square pegs. You have seen triangle holes, you have brought triangle pegs. So you have plugged in everything that should be plugged. At this point in time, you now ask closing questions. Mr. Prospect, what name would you like on the offer letter? What color would you like? When would you like it delivered to you? You see, so you're asking as though he has said, I'm going ahead. Now, while all these are happening, you don't mention a discount. You notice that I took you through a sales process right now, all the way to the close, and I didn't mention a discount. Because a discount is supposed to be used as a closing tool, not as a persuasion tool. What are your persuasion tools? Your persuasion tools, body language. Your persuasion tools, tone of voice. Your persuasion tools, your knowledge about the product or the service. That's enough to persuade the prospects. Your physical appearance, the questions you're asking, all those other things are okay to persuade the clients. Now, imagine if you were selling a product or service and there was no discount assigned to you. You couldn't even give a discount at all. Are you telling me it would be impossible to close? No. Now, because a discount has been made available to you, you think that because you have mentioned it quickly and you say, sir, we would also give you a discount so that with this discount, you will be able to enjoy our services. Wrong timing. You brought it out too early. You brought it out too early. It's supposed to be used to close, not to create interest. Now, another aspect is payment plans as well. Payment plans are just almost the same thing. We don't bring up payment plans until the payment plan is a closing tool, just like a discount, and not a tool to pick or create interest. So don't bring up these things until you get to the end of the conversation. Now, how do you bring it in? How do you slot it in now so that the prospect can make up his or her mind and say, yes, I'm going to go ahead with you? Ladies and gentlemen, when you're communicating discounts or payment plans, as case may be, imagine if you go to the market and you wanted to buy a particular product or service. When you get there, the person tells you, how much is this particular item? He says, it's 50,000 naira. Then you're trying to negotiate and you're like, I'm not sure I want to pay 50,000 naira for this. Can I do 30,000 naira? And he says, okay, no problem. You can pay. Trust me, you're not going to pay. Because that would just mean, see, his mannerism upon which he accepted your offer will just let you know that it's probably overpriced. Or he said, how much is the item? He said 50,000. And he said, I'm not sure I'm paying 50,000 for this. But can I do 30,000? He now says, we can't do that 30,000. That's weird. That's not going to work for us. However, I can give you at 45. Would that work, please? 45,000 is possibly what I can do for you. You see, the approach of this now could let you know that even the 50,000 he called was possibly even the original price. He's just trying to do you a favor. Just the way he presented it. That's the exact thing you need to do when it comes to giving discounts to prospects as well. You must present it like you're doing them a favor. And not present it like it is their rights or it belongs to them. So one of the things you can do is, by the time you get to the end of the conversation, you've asked closing questions around What color would you like? When would you like it delivered to you? You've asked those closing questions. Then you see some resistance and you see some pushback. Then you find out, oh, sir, you make reference to the hot button. Okay, sir, but I thought you mentioned that you liked this particular part of our product or service the most, and you said this was going to help you a lot in your business, to help you save money or help you make more money. Because you see, when you communicate value must always be linked to financial terms, right? Value must always be linked to financial terms. And the person says, okay, yes, I said so, but you see, the challenge is the price right now. Oh, that's not a problem. Sir, is price your only concern? Mr. Prospect, is price your only concern? Ask this question. And he says, yes, price is my only concern. Okay, sir, are you saying that if I do something about the price now, you'll be willing to pay now? He says, yes, if you do something about the price now, I most likely would pay now. What are you doing? You see, you're trying to create a plate or a foundation upon which you can communicate your discounts or communicate your payment plan, as the case may be. Then he says, okay, you know what, sir, we normally don't give discounts. However, I can make an exception for you because we make reference to rapport, because we have this in common, and I like the fact that you're even going to go ahead immediately. Please give me a minute. Let me get on the phone with my boss. I'll come back to you now. Now, what are you trying to do? You're trying to create an impression like, I don't give discounts. I can't even get it done for you, but I will go the extra mile for you. When the prospect knows that you have gone the extra mile for them, they will be willing to go the extra mile for you. So what you do, you step aside and act like you want to go and make a phone call. Now, there's nothing wrong in this, because please remember, most likely, you already were given a room for a discount by your organization. So what you're simply saying is you're acting as if you're going to ask for the thing. Even though, yes, it has already been given to you, right? But you're acting like you want to ask for it. So there's nothing wrong in that. So you go step aside and say, act like you want to make a call. Then when you come back, you say, sir, I have good news for you. I have great news for you. Congratulations, sir. Sir, congratulations. Sir, you are now a property owner. Or sir, you now have the property. Or sir, you now have this particular item. You act like he already has it and congratulate him in advance. And he says, okay, tell me, what is the discount? Sir, my boss has agreed to give you a 10% discount. Sir, this means that instead of you paying 100 million, you pay only 90 million. We are saving you 10 million naira. You see, that's the communication style. If it's 2% discount, you will say it the same way. We are saving you 2 million naira. Sir, this means that with that 2 million, imagine what you can do with it. This means that your children's school fees this term, you can pay for it. Your wife who is pregnant, this will even cover her bills for her labor or for her childbirth. The generator issue you mentioned to me earlier, this will take care of diesel for at least a month or two. You see? So because you have listened properly and you understand who you're selling to, you're immediately entering his life to see how that discount you're giving him can be allocated in other things in his finances. And this way, you find out that he will be more disposed to going ahead to do business with you. And it's the same way the same principle you apply for a payment plan as well. Sir, we're going to give you a payment plan. We're going to pay, instead of paying now, we'll be giving you 3 months to pay. You see, you're making it sound like it's important because your tone of voice creates emphasis. Your tone of voice and your emotions creates excitement. You see, one of the tools prospects use to make decisions when it comes to buying is emotions. And one of the ways you show your emotions, your tone of voice, your facial expression, your body movements, to show that you are so excited and you're happy for the prospects. So this is how you use discounts to close sales. You don't talk about it at the beginning of the conversation or at the middle of the conversation. You wait till the end to bring it up and you use it to close the sale to your advantage. Thank you so much for watching today's video. I look forward to seeing you again next video. Please like if you haven't liked. Please share this video with others, people who have issues with closing sales. And subscribe if you haven't. Please subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in this next video. Talk to you soon.